Hey, how's it going, guys? It's me, that one kid. Wanted to talk about the Nike SB Lunar One Shot and how it holds up, and basically, everything about the One Shot. Things that I like, things that I don't like, um, and let's start with it. Um, One thing I will say about the One Shot is that it does tear easy. Tears really easy, but how the shoe is set up, unlike many other shoes out there, is that you have a multi-layer construction. Like the whole hyperscreen bullshit. I mean, further than that. Um, so you have, like, we're going from outside of the shoe to the inside of the shoe. You have the hyperscreen, rubber toe cap, however you want to call it. Then you have suede that's underneath that. Then you have this little rubber screen that, you know, I guess it's part of the hyperscreen. I guess hyperscreen is literally a rubber toe cap, suede, and then this little rubber, like this little rubber sheet that runs underneath that suede. And then you have the mesh, like a um, mesh layer. It's the same exact mesh that's on the back of the shoe. Um, so, uh, so, like I mean, I put holes in these already, or not really holes other than the toe, but on the toe cap, or in this little area here, is I put holes in them, or I put holes in the hyperscreen, but like there's no holes beyond that hyperscreen. So it's not like, you know like in this example, I can stick fingers through the toe. I can't stick fingers through the side because this little mesh layer has protected those holes. Eventually it's going to get to a point, if I keep on skating the shoe, which I'm going to do, because I like to see how far I can skate the shoe, the mesh layer is going to tear. There's no way of avoiding that. Then underneath that mesh layer is a cloth. It's the same material, like the tongue, underneath the tongue. Same material. I've been skating the shoe for 2.5 months. 2 months. I mean, give or take a half of a month. And it holds up really well. I'm going to refer or compare the One Shot to the Janowski, just so you guys can, hear, hear both sides from somebody who's skated the One Shot and the Janowski. One thing that the Janowski lacks is that it's not it's not a multi-layer construction shoe, meaning all over the toe, all over the side of the shoe. It's not actually, I take that back. The toe cap, or the build on the upper of the shoe on the Janowski is not multi-layered. It is not. It is just a layer of suede, one layer of suede, protected by a vulcanized sole on the outside. The Janowski is multi-layered on the side, literally under the laces, or underneath the eyelets. It's suede. I want to say it's canvas, and then another inner layer of suede. But one thing I noticed with the Janowski was that when I was skating that shoe, when I really did tear the side of the shoe from ollies and other tricks, more so an ollie, is I could peel it. It wasn't really stitched well. I mean, it just felt like, I don't know, it just felt like Nike glued it together and, said, deal with it. Um, but I have yet to do that on the one shot, and the side of the shoe, right here, if you can see it, it seems like it's one layer, not really multi-layered. I mean, it could be, but, it just seems to me that it is one layer of suede. And I won't be able to peel it. But the disadvantage of one layer of suede on the one shot is that if you put a hole here on that side, on the side of the shoe, you will feel that. You will be able to see that, on the inner side of the shoe. Versus, on the Janowski, where it was, if you put a hole on the side of the shoe, because it was multi-layered, you wouldn't be able to feel it on the inside of your shoe. So it protected you on, on literally this side of your foot. But I guess because the one shot has this hyperscreen technology, I don't think it's that much of a problem. I want to talk about the cupsole now. The cupsole, or the outsole on the one shot, this whole Lunar Launch cupsole, is that, it doesn't really wear down as bad as the Janowski. I mean, it does on the toe, but as far as like on the side of the shoe, you get, I don't know, you get better performance. It has yet to like, like round out on the bottom of the shoe. I mean, the bottom of the shoe, like, it's gotten flat, but it's not to the point where it's so thin that it'll tear a hole on the bottom. Nike made the one shot really well. Produced it really well. Doing pop shovets and, hard flips and stuff. You don't really get that like, where it just like on the very back of the shoe, where it just is like, where it's like comes up. It doesn't really come up. I mean, I want to say that this Lunar Lawn cupsole is like, a marketing scheme, but at the same time, it does do its job. It just feels like a block of rubber to me, but that's how all soles are made out of, so it's not like I'm lying. But the want to show you guys the insole. The insole is that thin. I mean, that thin. Yeah. Dirty, but, it's that thin. And it's, I would even skate the one shot without the insole, but it doesn't feel right. I've actually done it before. The thing that I want to say about the one shot is that it's actually got arch support, which is a big thing, because and you're able to skate more naturally. I don't know, you're able to feel feel more natural on your board. Not really like I'm flat-footed, so these actually hurt. But after a while, skating, like if I'm skating for 5-6 hours a day, the arch support really does come in, because when my feet are hurt really bad, it's not like the Janowski where it's like it's a flat shoe, it's a flat bottom, and it's uncomfortable. These are actually really comfortable after you've had a long day. As far like I ride goofy, as you can tell. This is my right shoe. Even the like my Switch shoe holds up really well. You could actually like feel the construction difference like from wearing it in. And like these are really solid shoes. One thing I have to say this, if you can see here, the build is actually like starting to peel from the cupsole. I mean, that's going to come with, I don't know, every shoe. I don't know. But they crease easy. I actually wore this pair of one shots before I started skating in them, and I actually bought another pair because these were like really comfortable, and I was like, you know what, I have to buy a pair for skating, and I have to buy another pair for just walking, because they look really nice. Bought this pair first, and then I bought a pair of Turbo Greens like 3 months later. But back on topic, if I had to recommend these shoes to anybody, I would, really solid shoe, really comfortable. I would even I would even recommend these to basketball players, if they don't want that bulky of a shoe. Recommend these to a lot of like my skater, like all of my friends who skate, and they're always like, oh yeah, I don't feel comfortable spending $120. I live in Florida, so our tax percentage is 7%. So these are like $117.70 if you buy them in stores, which is a lot of money. I mean, for a skate shoe, you're going to tear, and you're just like, oh damn, I spent $120 on fucking skate shoes that tear. But I paid $84 for my Janowskis, and those last me, got them in July last year, and I threw them away because they were so fucked up in November, and I was skating really hard during those months. Took time off skating this year, so like, but the equivalent of like 2.5 months of skating is what these shoes have been. And yeah, well worth the money. If you guys want to go for it. Nike SB Lunar One Shot. Support your local skate shop.